It's Jan Beta, that's me. I'm sorry, this video today is a bit delayed because for the real video that I wanted to put out, I was fiddling around with this Commodore 64 power supply and modded it, and it didn't work out at all. I still don't know why exactly, but it failed miserably, so this video was totally cactus. So I thought I'd do something fun instead, like maybe installing Windows on an old PC that I scored at work that was going to the trash. And I wanted to do this for quite some time. It's not quite as old, it's not a 486 or something like that, not an ancient retro PC. Yeah, maybe there's some nice things to find out about this. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Join me on the bench here. So, and here it is. In all its glory. Pretty, it's not looking very nice. It's a office, for office. It was used in an office, so yeah. So, but this was about to go to the trash. At the place I work, that means it's totally obsolete. So it's probably quite old. I think it can't be much older than 2008 or 2009 maybe, because the company I work at didn't start before that. So yeah, it probably is pretty useless. But I'm going to take a look inside and see if we can make something with this that's remotely interesting. So maybe if you're not interested in stuff like this and are more keen on the more retro computer videos of mine, there's going to be more of that too. As I explained earlier, this is just kind of an emergency backup plan, because I wanted to do this anyway and try what I can get out of this old PC. Okay, first things first, I think I have to open these screws here to get inside, and then I think I have to give it a nice clean. Judging by the state this is in from the outside, the inside won't look much better, and it's probably pretty dusty in there. You can already see the fan is really dusty, so we're gonna dust it off, and I'm gonna get the vacuum cleaner out, I think. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see what we got. Oh, the Windows, there was a Windows XP professional sticker on here that our system admin ripped off before I snatched this. Wow, there's a lot of dust in there, like I thought. Okay, so here's this beauty. Seems to be some kind of OEM MSI mainboard, I guess. Has a big Arctic cooling cooler on there, which isn't bad, I guess. It's no stock cooler, Alpine Arctic cooling. Might be an AMD. I don't know much about socket sizes of that era, I think. I'm more of a Macintosh guy, really. As soon as I could get my hands on a Macintosh, I got one. I was pretty late to the PC business thing there. It has an IDE port. Several IDE ports, really. No, there's one IDE port. It has SATA ports, so it's not that ancient. It has PCI Express ports. I think the graphics port is an AGP port, which isn't bad because I think I have an AGP graphics card lying around. It has onboard graphics. There's a VGA out on the back here. Okay, I think that's reasonably clean. What you always want to do if you want to learn something from this video, from my experience, you always want to stop the fans. If you're using a vacuum cleaner or stuff like that, you don't want to spin these in the airflow of the vacuum cleaner, because they might induce some voltage and damage something on the board, it's pretty unlikely, I think, but better safe than sorry, as I always say. So, yeah, I think let's remove the heatsink here. I just want to have a look at the processor, I guess. So as far as I can see, there are two clips on the side here that I can, I think, remove with these two screws here. I'm going to try loosen these screws, and I think I can, yeah, I can remove the clips, and then I should be able to take this whole fan off, the whole heatsink. Oh, there we go, there we go. And we took the whole processor off, which isn't fun at all. Okay, let's try and extract it. Okay, so there's your problem. So this is stuck on there with some, yeah, it's thermal compound, I think. So I think we are going to try to pry this off carefully. Yeah, there we go. And it is an AMD Athlon 64. So I think I'm going to put this back into the socket to keep it safe. Okay, there were a couple of bent pins on there. I think I got it reasonably straight. I hope it will get in there. Come on. So I think I got it in. Guess I'm gonna replace the thermal compound on there. So what I'll do is to use isopropyl alcohol to get this cleaned. And then apply some new heat grease, yeah. Alright, so this looks reasonably clean, I guess. So I have this little tube of thermal compound that came with a fan I bought, I think, or with the cooler. And I'm gonna use that. So, yeah, there we go. Now we're just applying a little tiny bit on there. Well, that was way too much already. So, and then we're gonna put this back on there. And okay, there we are. I'm going to try to center it a bit. Which it doesn't like very much, and then I'm going to screw it back down to have some pressure, which I'm going to need. So there we are, that's all the way down. So what I want to do is to make a quick test if this is running at all, or if it blows up in my face because I bent the pins on the processor. So yeah, what I want to do is to power this up briefly. Let's see what it does. If it beeps, and then if it starts up at all. It doesn't have a hard disk in it yet. That's why I won't even connect a monitor to it. But I want to see if this fires up at all before I do any more work. Might be a very short video if I screw this up. Let's see. Okay. Doesn't beep. There we have a beep. And it beeps again. So that's probably the beep that says hard disk not found or something like that. But otherwise it seems to be still running. Let's see if we can put a hard disk in. Okay, so here it is, an ancient, I think it's IDE, I don't really know. It's an IC box external enclosure, which isn't bad, but it's pretty ancient, I guess. So let's see if we can dismantle this. I don't even know how it works. It's a nice enclosure, so we could probably use this for something else. So I should probably fast forward this. This is pretty straightforward, I guess. There's our screws. So there we are. This is our Western Digital 160 gigabytes. That's not too bad. Not too shabby, I guess. So, single or master is what we're going for. This is no jumpers at all, which this is set for, as you can maybe see. So we should just be able to put this in there with an IDE cable that I yet have to find, but I think I have a couple of IDE cables. And yeah, we're gonna shove that in there and then try to install some operating system on it. Let's see how it goes. And of course I found a nice IDE cable that's probably matching the era this comes from, somewhere in the 2000s. So I'm going to put this in there. Shouldn't be much of a problem, I guess. There's already thingamabob. Okay, that's in there. So this should go in here. This is the master. So this is our master hard disk system hard disk. So this, I think I can just shove it in here for easy access. And then, of course, we need some power provided to it. I'll do some cable management later, I guess. So I think I'm going to put the hard disk in there sometime. But for now, I'm just going to screw it down with one screw, or with two maybe. So, and obviously we want to connect the monitor, which I'm going to do via this VGA cable. And luckily my Lips monitor behind there has a VGA input still. So that's quite a versatile monitor. We probably should turn this on. Let's see if it gives me a signal. Come on. Yes! It gives me a signal. And it's an MSI mainboard of some sort. Alright. So we obviously have to attach a keyboard at this point. There's no proper boot device selected. But if that's your main problem, I think we can handle that. Nice. So this seems to be working. So this should be modern enough to connect a USB keyboard and mouse to it. This is an Apple keyboard that I got for free at some point, and it should do just fine, I guess. I'm just going to put it in here somewhere. So okay, here we are. Should go into the BIOS by pressing delete, I guess. But it's reacting to my keystrokes. That's a good thing. Oh, there we are. Okay, now we should. There's SATA 1. There's our DVD. Okay, and we have a AMD Athlon 64X2 dual core 5000 plus. We have 2 gigs of memory, which is way over the top for something like Windows 98, but it won't use it anyway. So we have the boot sequence should start with our cd-rom, I guess. Then I'm going to put the floppy, I guess. And then I'm going to put the hard disk. Yeah. Okay, so this should give us a nice retro-capable system, I guess. And as it so happens, I found this Windows XP Home Edition box. Experience the digital age, blah 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 blah. So, experience. Oh, I hated Windows. If you're coming from a system like the Amiga, in the end of the 90s, I guess, I think I had an Amiga till 97 or something. And the system was just so sleek and easy to work with, and then you were switching to Windows 95 at that point. It was just horrible, and these layers of there was DOS underneath it all. If you wanted to run a game, you had to go into DOS and run the game from there, and it was just sheer terror for an Amiga user. I hated the PC, but I had to move because the Amiga, obviously, Commodore went bankrupt, and the Amiga went obsolete at some point, so I had to move to a PC. It was a Pentium 1, I guess. Yeah, and Windows 95. Wasn't very glorious. But we wanted to install Windows 98, you might say. And in the XP box, there's also this, which is the original Windows 98 CD. There's also a code on it and stuff like that, so we probably might be able to install this. I don't know if the PC is slightly too new to do this, but we'll see. Boop-be-doop-be-doo, boop-be-doo, boop-be-doo, boop-be-doop-be-doo, boop-be-doo. Spinning up, and on screen it asks me if I want to start from hard disk or from CD-ROM, and it's our Windows 98. It's all German, I'm afraid, because it's obviously I am in Germany, and this is a German version of the Windows 98 install CD-ROM. So there's no multi-language versions of this, I guess. At least this is a German version. So let's see. Let's see how far we get in the setup process there. Oh, no valid CD-ROM device driver selected. There's no CD-ROM driver found for this one. Maybe I have another CD-ROM drive. I think I have an IDE CD-ROM drive somewhere. So hold on. We're gonna see about that. I don't think the SATA drive, which this is going to work with Windows 98 that easily. So the easier option is probably to just plug in an IDE drive, which I think I have lying around in another PC. Okay, so here is an LG 4012 40X CD writer that's IDE still. It's already jumpered on slave, so I think we just potentially could put this in our PC build here and see. Okay, after some really substantial work of prying this whole faceplate off and swearing a lot, I now have this older CD-ROM drive writer. I think it's a CD writer only. I don't know if it's a rewritable compact disc. It's an old ancient model, I guess. It's an IDE CD writer, so I have this in there now, and I hope it's connected correctly, so let's try this out. One mouse, one hub. Checksum is bad. Daytime is not set. Okay, so we have a bad battery, I guess. Could have a bad BIOS battery. I think it's seeing the CD-ROM. Yeah, there we are. Okay, start from CD-ROM. See how far we get this time with the ancient CD-ROM thingo. It says it's seeing the drive with the driver there. Alright. Oh, this looks promising. Okay, and we're in the Windows 89. 98, I'm sorry. So, we are in the setup, which is nice. So let's do this. Oh man. This brings back a lot of bad memories, nightmares, and even the authentic helicopter-like sound of the old CD-ROM drive. Okay, let's press enter. Windows installation is preparing. Computer is going through a routine checkup, whatever it's called in English. Continue, enter. Okay, there we go. I really hope this works to some extent. This is pretty funny. I think it's checking if there's a previous version of Windows on there or something like that at this point, which there isn't because this was a backup drive of some sort. So I'm just gonna edit this out. This is like watching paint dry, I guess. I should really get a cup of tea or something. Oh man. Or maybe pizza. Alright, what's it doing now? Installation. Okay, setup data is copied. Okay. We have mouse. We have Windows 98 setup. I should set this monitor to 4:3 ratio, I guess. So it's not a CRT, but it's as authentic I'm gonna get with this. So, welcome to Windows 98 setup, all in German, blah blah. It's depending on the speed of your computer, the installation is gonna take 30 or 60 minutes, between 30 and 60 minutes. Okay, let's see. Ah, this is really fast. Yay. Okay. Choose the directory Windows 89 should be installed in. See Windows. What else? So, my computer name is gonna be Dorth. Maybe like DOS 98. Maybe Windows 98. Workgroup, yeah. Okay, now we're ready to copy some files. Let's do it. And tells me it's gonna take 24 minutes. I don't know if it's gonna take 24 minutes. I don't believe it should be that long because the cd-rom drive is hilariously fast compared to the ones available at that time. And the processor is a lot faster than anything available at that time, I guess. Oh, it's talking all about the internet and worldwide communication and stuff like that, because it was pretty new back then and it was pretty sensational to have that in a home computer. So yeah, the times they are changing. Oh, USB was something new then. Man, USB was a sensation, plug and play. Okay. Computer starting over. Computer will be restarted in 15 seconds. Okay, it should now be able to start from hard disk, I guess. Let's see. Yay! It's been a while. Too little memory. Oh. It has way too much memory, I guess. How do we cope with that? So I removed one of the 1 gig RAM bricks here. So maybe it works with 1 gig of RAM. I don't know. Let's try. Alrighty, turning it on. Okay, let's try normal. Oh. Oh. Haha. Gotcha. Okay, it seems to work better with only 1 gig of RAM. So 2 gig is, I don't know. Maybe it's that there are 2 RAM bricks in there at all. Okay. Beta Industries. Okay, license. Of course, I take everything you want. Okay, now is the point where I want to make a little edit, I guess. Otherwise you could steal my Windows 98 license. Okay. That kind of worked. Let's see. Oh, the driver installation. That's gonna be fun. Plug and play components. Oh my. Oh. This is not gonna end well, I guess. This usually was the point which this installation process crashed. So I don't know what it does now with hardware that it wasn't designed to run on at all. Wow, if this works, I'd be very surprised. Okay, didn't crash. It's a good sign. Okay, there's the next restart. Not too bad, actually. It's running quite well so far. Let's see if we get the system up and running. Okay, it's still configuring plug and play hardware stuff. Is this supposed to be the year, I guess? Is it? Oh, I don't know. Said something. Okay, well that seems to be the final part of the operation. Man, this takes a while. Okay, another restart. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's see what it does. It beeps twice, which is a good sign, I guess. Okay, Windows 98. Okay, maybe this is the first time. Oh, yes. Okay, it's finding new hardware components. Okay, then it doesn't even have the drivers for the PCI. We don't even have the basic drivers for this stuff. I think we have to get some pack of drivers for this main board, if we can do so. Let's see if it still starts up. I don't have a password. Okay, it's still trying to install the new hardware stuff there. We don't have any drivers for that. No graphics drivers, no PCI drivers, no. Let's see how much we can get out of this. Welcome to Windows 98! Well. Connect to the internet. Show this screen at startup. No. Close. Yeah, that's Windows 98 installed. It's pretty rudimentary, but there is it's working. So yeah, I think this is the step I want to bring this to. This was a fun little thing to try. I don't know, I have to put some more effort into this, I guess, to get this to run stuff. To really run stuff. Yeah, but this is pretty nice so far, I guess. We have a working Windows 98 installation running on our little PC here. We can run Windows Update. Thank you for your interest. Okay, thanks guys. I hope this was kind of entertaining for you at least. I'm going to fiddle around with this computer for a bit, I guess, and see if I can get anything reasonable out of it and start some software on it. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Check out my other videos if you haven't done so. Maybe you want to subscribe to my channel. I usually work on computers that are even older than this one. A lot older. And I occasionally have something like this, which is kind of a special thing for me. And yeah, this is going to be pretty useful, I guess, for stuff like old COM port stuff, serial port stuff that needs a PC. And maybe for some disk drive stuff, because this has a supposedly working disk drive in there. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check out my Patreon if you want to support this kind of videos that I'm trying to make here. And yeah, see you next time, hopefully. Thanks, I'm Jan Beta. Bye.